people did pretty well. They were finished mostly within the time, but we'll see how this goes. So percent is Latin for, well, per means out of, and cent means 100, so out of 100. 10% of $2. Well, to find 10%, we can just simply divide by 10, so we'll get 20 cents. Now we could do this on the calculator. 2 divided by 10, which gives us $0.2, which is 20%, which is 20 cents. 17% of 100. Well, we talked about how we can calculate. So when we have 17, what this actually is this is 17%, which means 17 out of 100. And then of kind of means times. So we get this, and then 100. So what we actually do is we go 17 divided by 100, and then times by 100. So we get $17. And this was an error spotted in the test. This should have had a dollar sign here. 40% of $2. Same thing again. 40% means 40 out of 100. Of means times, and then 2. So we do 40 divided by 100 times by 2. And this gives us $0.8, which is 80 cents. So this then says 60 as a percentage of $3. So what is 60 as a percentage of $3? Well, we can work this out a few different ways. The way for me, we can find out, well, if we've got $3, which is 100%, then 10%, if we divide both of these sides by 10, we find out 10% is 30 cents. So therefore, if we times that by 2, we times this by 2, so therefore 60 cents is 20%, which gives us our answer C. Now you could have again done that on a calculator. The way that you'd do that is 60 divided by 300, so 60 cents divided by 300 cents, because that is 300 cents, and then you times by 100 to get your answer. Okay. So it's on sale for 20% off. So remember what we do to find out 20% off. We do 100 minus our 20%. So we've got 100% minus our 20%. So that means we're still paying 80%. And we do this divided by 100. So we get 0.8. All right, and this is our multiplier. So all we now do is we do our 0.8. So this is how we work out 20% off, is this. And then we do this times by our 235. So 0.8 times by 235 will give us our answer of 188. All right. So the other way that you could do that, obviously, is you could work out 10%, times it by 2, take it off. There's lots of different strategies to find your way to the answer on this. If you want a few more, obviously, come and chat to me. May earns $17 per hour as a receptionist. If she works 38 hours in a week, how much is her weekly wage? Well, she gets $17 an hour. She works 38 hours. Bang, 646. That's her weekly wage. Now we're getting on to this interest and everything. So if she invests $10,000 in a simple interest account that pays 4% annually, well, this is where we need to get out my slightly better calculator. So I'm pulling out my scientific one here. So we've got 10,000, and it's going to pay 4% annually after 5 years. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to do 10,000 times by 1.04. So this was me adding that 4% annually to the power of 5 years. So this is the sum that we're actually working out. So we times by 1.04 to the power of 5. And this gives us how much will be in her bank account after, well, oh no, I made it more complicated than I needed to. This is simple interest. So simple interest, we just work out our 4% and then times it. So all we need to do is we can delete this. I went too advanced. I went compound interest. This is why you got to check your answers. So 10,000. So we just need to work out 4% of 10,000. So I times it by 0.04. So 10%. So I do 10,000 times by 0.04, and this gives me $400 a year. She does that for 5 years. So this is how much she gets per year. I do that for 5 years, so I do 400 times by 5, which is 2,000, and then I need to add that to her original amount, because this is how much interest she's made, and that's going to be added to that 10,000 that she had to start with. So we're going to add 10,000. There we go, $12,000. Oh dear, look at this. This is why I'm always checking. There it is, not 1,200. So how long does she need to invest 4,000 at 5% per annum simple interest in order to produce $100 interest? Well, in 1 year, okay, in 1 year with $4,000, in 1 year, we're going to get that, aren't we? We're going to get 4,000 times by 0.05, and this is going to give us $200. So in a year, we're going to get $200. So to get $100, we just need to go in there for 6 months. And then if I put 60,000 into my account, now this is one that a lot of people struggle with, because what this actually is if I had 60,000 in my account, so 60,000 is kind of my answer, okay, after, and then we don't know how much we put in. So let's say we put in X dollars. This is the one, a bit of an advanced question, all right? If I had X dollars and it's times in by 1.05 for 4 years, what I actually need to do to work out this X is I need to divide both sides by 1.05 to the power of 4. All right. And this gives me 60,000 divided by 1.05 to the power of 4. All right. So I can do 1.05. In fact, let's just do it all in one go. 60,000 divided by 1.05 to the power of 4, close my bracket, equals 49,362. Okay, 49,362. There he is. All right. So that was a bit more of a complex one. All right, nice and easy. Jenny takes a loan out to purchase a surround sound system. She makes 15 equal loan repayments. So the total loan amount is 62,999.99. So 62,999. Oh no, 6299.99. And she pays 15 installments. So we get this 419. Now here's the thing. What's the amount to the nearest cent? A lot of people were putting this as their answer. All right. But when we round 0.999 like this to the nearest cent, well, we look at this number and we say, okay, is this number greater than 5? If so, it makes the number to the left of it add 1. But when we add 1 to that, it creates a kind of a knock-on effect, and it affects all these numbers. So actually our correct answer is $420. You only got half a mark if you put that, because it's technically not correct. To the nearest cent, it is $420. All right. Next one, 10% of 12. Again, to find 10%, we can just divide by 10, or we can do our algorithm, which would be 10 divided by 100 times by 12. 10 divided by 100 times 12. We can do it like that. There we go, $1.2, which is $1.20. 5% again, we can just do it like this. 5 divided by 100 times by 12. Or we could just halve our previous answer, which should give us 0.60, 60 cents. 30% of 12. Well, again, this is all kind of carried on from this. 30% of 12 is just 3 times this. So this is just $3.60. But again, I could start from the start and I could do 30 divided by 100 times by 12. Lots of different ways to find your answers to these. And then this one, 12% of 30. Again, 12 divided by 100 times by 30. Now, obviously, this is kind of weird. And I put it there for a reason, which is that it makes $3.60. So you'll see that both 30% of 12 and 12% of 30 is $3.60, which is kind of weird. All right. So next answers. What is the profit on an item with a cost price of 120 and a sale price of 226. We just need to do 226 minus 120. We can use our calculator if we're not feeling brainy. Oh, there we go, $106. So that's our profit that we made. So the percentage profit made on this, well, the profit divided by the cost price. So divided by 120. And then you times this by 100 to get the percentage profit. So we get, this is our profit divided by how much it cost me to buy, and then times by 100. So 106 divided by 120 times by 100. And it says to the nearest 1%. So I should have 88% as my answer there. Not 88.3 because I said to the nearest 1%. And 88 is the nearest whole percent. Decrease 120 by 10%. So this, again, what I'm kind of doing here, by decreasing by 10%, it's kind of like saying find, this is the same question, find 90% of 120. All right, and here it's like saying find 80% of 90. All right, so this shouldn't be too crazy. So 90% of 120, I'll do 90 divided by 100 times by 120, which gives me $108. And weirdly, 80 divided by 100 times by 90 is 72. Oh no, I'm increasing it. I knew a lot of people put 72 and I knew that was a wrong answer. So what do I do here? This is actually like finding 120% of 90. So I'd still do the same thing. So I can just do 120 divided by 100 times by 120, which is obviously going to give me times by 90. I'm losing my mind. I knew it came to the same answer, this is the thing, because I set these up to be cheeky. Times by 90. 108. See, I knew these two had the same answer. All right. So decreasing 120 by 10% is the same as increasing 90 by 20%. And then decrease 70 by 25%. Well, decreasing 70 by 25%, taking 25% of 100. So this is the same as saying find 75% of $70. All right, so all I do is 75 divided by 100 times by 70. $52.50. Nice and easy. And then increase 90 by 165%. So I'm going to start with my original 100%, and I'm adding another 165%. So in total, I'm trying to find 265% of 90. All right, so I do 265 divided by 100 times by 90. 238.50. A lot of people there were just adding 65%. They didn't like that 165%. Find the percentage change when the cost of an item decreases from 45 to 36. So there's a couple of different ways that we can do this, but essentially it's increased by $9, or we can look at it a bunch of different ways. So 45 divided by 36 gives me 1.25, and so it's decreased from 45 to 36, so 36 divided by 45, so it's 0.8. all right, now this tells me, because what I've done is 36 to 45, this has given me 0.8. So this tells me, if I times it by 100, it tells me it's 80% of what it cost. So I've had a deduction of 20%, so decrease by 20. So what we do is we do the new price divided by the old price. So in this case, this is an item increases in value by 75% to 140. What was the original price of the item? So this 140 this is now, because it had increased by 75% to get there, this is now 175%. All right, so what we've got is 175% is equal to 140, is equal to $140, right? So the way that I find my way back is I'm trying to find my way back to 100%, all right? That's my aim, and that'll tell me what my original value was. So what I do here is I'm going to do it actually in 2 steps. So I'm going to say this one, and you can do it. I'm going to divide by 175, right? And this is going to give me 1%. So I'm going to divide by 175 over here. And this is going to tell me that 140 divided by 175. So this is going to be $0.8. So 80 cents is 1%. So then I'm going to times that by 100. And this gives me 100%, which is what I was trying to get to. So I times that by 100. All right, so 0.8 times by 100 gives me $80. Okay, so that was the original price of that item. That wasn't actually very well answered by the class, but again, it's that kind of logic, getting your way through that one. So Andrew and his pineapples, so he buys them at the market for $1.25 each, and he sells them for $1.70. So just $1.70 minus $1.25. All right, so minus 125. So he gets 45 cents profit. Good old Andrew. Right, express this profit as a percentage of the cost price. So profit 45, cost price 125, 45 divided by 125 times by 100. So that gives me 36%. Right, so times by 100. Andrew buys punnets of strawberries for $3 at the market and marks them up by 40% when he sells them in his store. So what we're doing here is this is a long way of saying increase $3 by 40%, which is a long way of saying find 140% of $3. All right, these all mean the same thing. So I'm going to do it from this one. So what I'm going to do to work out that is I just do 140 divided by 100 times by 3. 140 divided by 100 times by 3, which is $4.20 he's going to sell them for. Good on you, Andrew. Well done. Good little business. Andrew purchases a crate of extra ripe bananas. Okay, so super ripe. They've been discounted by 25%. The sale price of the bananas is $10.50. What was their original price? So again, this is similar to that previous question. So this means that 75%, because we've had a 25% discount, is $10.50. All right? So we need to find our way to 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 75 on both sides. So I'm going to divide by 75 over here. And this will give me 1% is equal to, so $10.50 divided by 75 is equal to 14 cents. Okay? And then I'm going to times it by 75, times it by 100, all right, to get through to my answer, which is $14. Again, look at that. It was $14. Andrew, the savvy shopper that he is, got them for $10.50 because they're a bit ripe. So, Isabel's an employee. Her regular hourly rate is $17.50, and on weekends she's paid time and a half, which means 1.5 times what she usually gets paid. A lot of people were asking about that one. I think it's an old school term. I don't know whether people use it anymore. So, she works 28 hours during the week and 5 hours during the weekends, and those weekends are when she gets pay and a half. So what we do is those 5 hours that she works, because she gets paid time and a half, I'm going to times that by 1.5. So those hours, those 5 hours, because she's getting paid time and a half, it's kind of like her working 7.5 normal hours. So in total, she works 28 hours and then kind of 7.5 bonus sort of hours because those 5. So she works 35.5 hours, and we're going to times that by her $17.50 to work out her weekly wage. 621.25. Now, a couple of people If you didn't get that answer wrong, right, you get the next one wrong. But I did do follow-through marks. If I did do a follow-through mark, it looks like this. I put FT in a little circle. So then you got 62125 per week. So that means you times that by 52 for the 52 weeks in the year. And a lot of people did actually get to this answer, which was 32,305. Now, I didn't give enough space for this answer for sure. So the first 6,000 is tax-free. So she earns 32,305. So I'm just going to take away $6,000. So she only gets taxed on 26,305. So this $6,000 is just going to kind of sit over here. And she's going to get taxed 15%. So I'm going to find 15% of this. So using our techniques, which we've already used, I'm going to just do it quickly. So she pays $3,945.75 in tax. All right. So that means in total, we're going to do 32,305 minus her tax to work out how much she actually gets. So I'm going to do 32,305 minus 3,945.75. So I'll get 28. So my final answer is $28,359.25. Well done, Isabel. Good earnings. So how much tax does she pay each week? So I'm just going to divide this number by 52. So 3,945.75 divided by 52. So you have to keep that kind of previous number and give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So it's 75.87 blah, 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 which is $76 a week that she pays. Okay, so if she's saved 2,000, she invests the money for 3 years in an account that pays 4.5. So what we're going to do is $2,000 times by 1.045 to the power of 3. Okay, so this is her gaining that 4.5%, and this is 3 years. Okay, and then this is her initial amount. Now, it says how much interest has she earned. So this is going to give us her total amount, but let's just do it first. 2,000 times 1.045 to the power of 3. So she's got 2282, all right, which means to 2 decimal places. So she's got 2282.33, which means she's earned $282.33 in interest in that time. So this needed to be your final answer. This, because it asked for just the interest, that was a kind of tricksy last minute move. So there you go. I'm not going to run through these just because they were just kind of fun bits, weren't relevant. But if you've got any more questions on this, give me a shout.